Bonjour à tous et bienvenue pour une nouvelle vidéo sur The Book of Unwritten Tales. Et donc, on va reprendre tout de suite là où on était rendu. Donc là, on avait vraiment tout ce qu'il nous fallait pour partir. Et normalement, il faut aller voir Grandpa. Pour justement prendre son engin bizarre là. On est toujours dans le chapitre 1 du prologue. Hein. Alors, le toit gnome, voilà. Hop, hop, hop. Voilà. On peut descendre direct. Je pense de toute façon, il n'y a rien à ramasser. Ok. Allez, grande balle.
Excuse me, Colonel Grandad?
Grandad.
Yes, report back.
Hop. Okay.
Here's the dwarven ale, Grandad.
Oh, my goodness, we must be careful with this. That means we're only missing the cog. Dismissed!
Here's the cog, Grandad. I had to break my flying fish for that.
War always involves sacrifice. Your flying fish was a hero, one of our best. We will honor his memory. Now I have everything I need. It won't take long now. Prepare yourself for takeoff.
Take off? That's what you meant by take off.
Absolutely. I've aimed her at the town of the humans. Betsy, too, was, of course, designed to shoot grenades. But I'm confident that she'll get your capsule there, too.
Confident? Get me out of here. Please, Grandad.
Listen, my boy. I'm proud of you. You're doing something very brave. Sure, Wilbur. I'd like you to have these.
Your old aviator goggles. Oh, Grandad, I didn't think...
Too slow, my boy. Fire! Good luck.
Ouais, la chance, ça va être le minimum là, hein, je pense. Il va falloir beaucoup plus. Qu'est-ce que c'est cet endroit ? Ok, c'est quoi ce truc là ?
Where is it?
He still hasn't told us, Mother.
He will. Who else knows about it?
The Archmage won't know about it yet. We were able to intercept the servant, as you know. But
But
an elf, Mother. She tried to free MacGuffin. She might know something.
she needs to be watched.
Very well.
And now, Mr. Professor, let us have a little chat.
Oh well, no problem. I am an elf, and I'm fit. What now? I'll get the book out of MacGuffin's secret cellar and take it to the Archmage. No, they were all gone when I got there. They collected the cage and were off. Now it's up to us to get the book. Of course I don't have to, but, well, what else am I going to do? It appears to be very important. And even if it isn't important, those shady fellows want to have that book. It's better that we get it out of the cellar before they get their grubby mitts on it. Then don't help me. Why don't you just fly home? Just don't tell my parents anything. Ungrateful feathered fowl.
Ok. Alors, qu'est-ce qu'on a ? On a les épouvantails.
A tatty wonky scarecrow. Its clothing has been nibbled by mice, but the hat has something about it.
Bon, ça, il a quelque chose.
A scarecrow that doesn't even scare Cheap is clearly of no use whatsoever.
Ok, Cheap, c'est le volatile qui fait rien du tout. Et quel genre d'artefact pour...
Do you have any idea which artifact could be so powerful that it could make someone into the ruler of the world? No, that's been lost to the depths of the ocean. No, that's been thrown back into the same fire that was used to forge it. No, I haven't got a clue. It must be something that no one bargained for. Something that no one has ever looked for. It'll be in the Gremlins book. If only I had it already.
J'ai pas toutes les références à tout ce qu'ils disent, mais bon.
Why is that scarecrow not scaring you? Yes, certainly. And how? Normally you're the first to take flight. Good luck, little one, and don't get up to any mischief.
Ok.
A pumpkin
citrouille.
patch. Not particularly well cared for. Presumably MacGuffin spends a lot of time buried in his books and not
Y a pas mal
enough
de
time
trucs à
in his
regarder, là.
garden. The pumpkins should have been harvested long ago. Some are already starting to go mouldy.
Ok. Des broussailles. Alors, va voir le puits d'abord.
The groundwater is only a few meters down in this region. Presumably the well isn't very deep. The well rope is fastened to the windlass. It doesn't look particularly strong. The well rope is fastened.
Ok, j'ai l'impression que ça va être au fond du puits ou un truc comme ça. Alors, je regarde juste. Utiliser la manivelle.
That was suspiciously easy.
Hmm.
The rope is broken and the bucket's probably at the bottom of the well where it's of no use to anyone. The rope is broken. The rope is broken. Presumably the...
Ok. On fait descendre la coque en
Without a bucket or something, I'm not going to be able to bring up any
Ok.
water.
Pourquoi il va me faire de l'eau, ça veut dire?
A daring structure. And just like the whole house, pretty wonky. Doesn't look as if it'll last long.
Enfin, un seau surtout, ouais. Ok. Les broussailles. Ah,
There's a stone in the undergrowth. There's something written on it, but I can't see what it is. That could be a little gravestone. I can't remove the undergrowth with my bare hands. It's very dense and has thorns.
Oh, pauvre petite. Pierre tombale. Pierre tombale là-dedans, d'accord. Ah, mais il y a un arrosoir là.
An old watering can made out of metal. It's small even by gremlin standards.
Ah, j'ai rien du tout avec elle là. C'est mon premier objet. Ah, c'est ça.
A pile of logs. There is no way that MacGuffin will get through the winter with such a small amount, not even autumn.
Ok. Disque de pierre.
I'd say this is a pretty basic millstone. Grain is tipped into the hole above, and you then turn the upper stone. The flour then comes out of the side. I'd say this is a pretty... The flour then comes...
Ok. C'est quoi ça? La
A
structure
swinging
métallique.
metal frame. You can hang pots or something of that sort onto it and then swing it over the fire. I should hang something from it. A large brick fireplace. The fire grates on the outside, not inside the house. That's a bit unusual, but it does make sense if the professor doesn't wish to have an open fire inside.
Allez, on va rentrer. Tu te la fermes, Chip. Grosse destruction là. Alors, qu'avons-nous là?
Typical bachelor. Everything in a mess. Plates, pots, cups, covered with a sticky mixture of dust and fat. Dead flies. Ugh, yuck. I'm definitely not tidying up here. Why hasn't the gremlin's companion sorted this out?
C'est qui le serviteur du gremlin? J'arrive pas à voir qui c'est. Alors ça c'est pour sortir.
What's that? A box with some kind of glass eye. It seems to be hanging directly in front of the gable window. I haven't got a clue what it's for. What's that? I haven't got a clue.
Tu veux pas le récupérer ça si tu connais pas? Un paquet en bois.
A wooden tub, about half full of water. Oh, great. This has the professor's washing floating around in it. White shirts, grey socks, red underpants.
Caleçon rouge.
A wooden tub, about... Oh,
ouais, une petite statuette, tout ça. Attends, il y a une carotte là.
a small old-fashioned shield. The inside is highly polished.
Ok, je vais le prendre. What the fuck. À quoi ça va me servir ça? Ok.
Would appear to be a mirror frame. There are still a few broken shards of the old mirror around the edges. The mirror's turned so it reflects the fireplace. Strange.
Il reflète la cheminée. Ah oui, d'accord, ça reflète là, ça tape là et ça tape quelque part. Ça doit taper là-dessus.
Would appear to be a mirror frame. The mirror's
Ok.
a carpenter's cup. It looks old. Not quite as
c'est
good
ça.
as a real mirror, but I can see my reflection.
Ok, bon, ça c'était bon.
Looking good, as usual.
Ah d'accord, c'est que depuis tout à l'heure, elle se regarde dans ce
I can
miroir.
only see myself and a portion of the room in the improvised mirror.
Ok, tac. Regardez la colonne en pierre.
Looks like the base for a statue. It's made out of stone and it's covered with strange characters. There's a six-sided indentation on the base. Perhaps the mounting for a statue. There's a six-sided
Ok, une statue, une méduse lumineuse.
A
Alors je vais faire
standard
ça.
jelly glowfish. They're everywhere around here. This one here isn't glowing anymore, and won't ever again. Jelly
That's
glowfish are really
pleased.
quite frugal animals. They need water and a little bit of food every now and then. I guess this one lacked the latter.
Ok.
A stone casket placed in a wooden box. The box looks very cheap. It could be one of those storage containers. The stone chest is decorated with two angels and has writing on it too. I can't read it.
Putain, mais tu sais rien lire ou quoi? On va voir le coffre en pierre. Ah, on peut?
What's likely to happen, eh? Sand. Is it me? Or has it just got much warmer in here?
Fouiller dans le sable?
The
Allez.
chest is filled to the brim with fine sand. I haven't got a clue what else might be in there. I can hardly sift my way through the sand with my hand.
Ok. Donc les outils.
I think these are all the things that the professor uses on his digs. A brush, a little shovel, a sieve.
Voilà. Prends un tamis.
I'll take the sieve. The rest looks pretty useless.
Ok.
Books,
Hop, les
books,
livres.
and more books. Most are ancient tomes. They appear to be written in just about every language. The book that MacGuffin told me about is hidden in the cellar. These books aren't of interest.
Ouais. Par le livre là, il y a un petit coffre. Regarde la tête de pierre. Ok, moi je vais regarder le livre d'abord.
A large handwritten book. It looks like it's been used a lot.
Ouais, pas qu'un peu. Lisez le livre.
It's the Gremlin's diary. Perhaps I'll find some hints about the cellar. Let's take a closer look. Who would have ever thought that it would fall to someone like me, an old archaeologist, to stop this madness? And I didn't find the key to it on one of my expeditions, not in dark dungeons or in fiery mountains. Oh no, I discovered the answer in an old book. He must mean the book that was hidden in the cellar, in which the information about the artifact's whereabouts is written. The notes end mid-sentence. I wonder why I haven't heard anything from Archmage Alistair yet. I sent Beetle out with a message for him yesterday morning. I hope nothing has... That was the last entry. There are others before it.
Ok, tac.
What's this at the beginning of this page? Today I have been examining the books that I brought back from the Grindle Mountains. Amongst them was a book about herbs and tinctures. An old herbalist was adamant that I would find a recipe to cure my cold feet in it. What a disappointment, though. Just superstitious nonsense about frog eyes and wool socks. I was just about to burn the book when I noticed that the volume contained other things. A disturbing tale of a tragic relationship between a magician and his pet sheep Boris, as well as a travel log written by a fairy explorer. The travel log described how the explorer landed on an island in the West Seas whilst searching for undiscovered fairy tribes. He created several very beautiful sketches of the temple ruins that can be found on that island. I will use these to entertain myself and translate the runes he drew. The next entry was made 2 days later. It's only barely legible. The gremlin appears to have been very excited. It must be the entrance. The wrath of the gods caused the temple to sink into the ocean, of course. But not all, not all. Ye gods, my hands are still shaking despite the fact that Beetle made me a calming herbal tea before he left. Good old Beetle. He has obviously got no clue how significant my discovery is. I have sent him to Master Alistair, the Archmage of the Humans. He is to hand him a sealed letter. Tomorrow Master Alistair will arrive, and I can unburden myself of this terrible responsibility. I will not be able to sleep a wink. And next there's the last entry that I read out before. There's nothing else there.
Ok, d'accord.
There's nothing more there of interest to me.
Voilà, le petit coffre.
A little wooden box. Doesn't look like an antique or anything particularly valuable. It has beautiful workmanship, though. A strange
Okay.
stone head. It's been roughly hewn but has a few fine embellishments.
Ça me donne pas grand chose. Est-ce que la tamis je peux utiliser là?
There is something in there. A little brass key.
Ah, donc peut-être pour ça. Merde, je vais cliquer sur... Ah non, c'est bon.
It's locked.
Ah, d'accord. Hop, hop.
Let's see. There's a bit of paper in the box. The paper's densely covered with writing. Deus ex machina. The ghost in the machine is the heading. There's also a drawing of a stone figure. At its feet is a vessel containing liquid. Let's take a look. The ghost in the machine is wise to all the secrets of this house. That's what's written here. Blah blah. Pour the fuel into the bowl at the foot of the machine to awaken the ghost. Fuel? Oh, here. Grind the beans and tip the powder into boiling water, then pour the mixture into the bowl. We've already had that bit. You'll get the beans from the machine. Strange. A machine that's meant to be familiar with all the secrets of the house.
What? Ils avaient parlé d'un truc comme par terre. Attends, le sarcophage j'ai pas vu encore.
Looks like a very ancient sarcophagus. Oh, strange. There are hinges on it, just like a door. Shame. Just a stinky mummy. What have we here?
What are you doing, Mortimer?
What the... Did you just speak? You speak?
Me? No.
Well, yes you do, quite obviously.
What is obvious?
That you can and do speak.
But of course.
But you just said that you didn't.
Why are you being so strange, Mortimer?
I'm not Mortimer.
Where is Mortimer?
You mean MacGuffin, the gremlin archaeologist who lives here, yes?
What?
Mortimer.
Yes?
You're called Mortimer?
No, of course not.
I think we're finished with this conversation.
I think you are slowly losing your marbles, Mortimer.
What the fuck?
Presumably the sarcophagus lacks oxygen.
Oui, t'as remarqué? Allez, finis ta phrase, non? T'as un truc à dire? Bon, j'ai appuyé parce que sinon ça allait pas le faire. Alors. Ah, mais il y a un petit seau là. Regardez le pot de fleurs.
An upturned flower pot made of clay. There's a stone under it. That could be a firestone. That's coming with me. Presumably the professor wanted to prevent the stone getting wet.
Bon, nickel ça. Ok. Alors, on prend du bois.
3 should be enough.
Allez, prends ça, mets-le là.
Once they get going, they'll burn for a few hours.
Ça, je peux pas le mettre là quand même.
That should hold.
Ah si, c'est ça en plus.
Let's give it a whirl.
C'est bien graphiquement cet endroit là. Petite chaumière et
It
tout.
worked. This means that I have a gremlin watering can full of water.
Ok. C'est vrai que j'ai toujours mes broussailles là-bas.
The watering can with the cold well water is hanging on the metal arm. I can't set fire to logs just with a firestone. I need
Oh.
something that lights easily to get the fire started properly.
Quoi? Un truc qui s'enflamme facilement? Ouais, j'ai trouvé ça où? Là j'ai quoi? J'ai le support. Le bois c'est bon. Truc de pierre. Tu me dis plus rien dessus? Ok, là t'es plus ok.
I'd say this is a pretty basic mill. The flour.
Ok, bon ça c'est bon. Chip chip. Allez donne-moi des trucs là, chip chip.
Better not. I haven't got any news and he'll only start reproaching me again.
Ah ouais d'accord. L'oiseau reproche quoi.
I can't remove the under...
Ouais, et ben alors là... Ah, c'est vrai qu'il y a un petit passage là-haut. Là je peux rien faire de plus en fait. J'ai dû oublier un petit truc vite fait.
What's that? I haven't got a...
Ok, hop. Toujours le baquet là, d'eau.
A wooden tub. Oh,
Ouais, toujours ça.
I can only see myself and...
La cruche de charpentier.
Not really worth a closer look.
Comment ça? Vas-y, prends-le. Est-ce que j'aurais pas oublié quelque chose? Examiner l'ouverture. Ah, mais il faut peut-être que je prenne des statues qui parlent là.
There's a six-sided...
Est-ce que je prends une statue? Non.
The back of the fireplace. When MacGuffin wanted to heat his food up, he just needed to put it into one of those little stoves.
Ok. Le sarcophage, je vais pas trop y toucher, ça sert à rien. Là, je peux pas y toucher. Là-haut, c'est quoi?
A dragon's skull. It could have been a horntail, nasty creatures, but there are very few around these days. The last of them are now working almost exclusively as beasts of burden. They've not just lost their viciousness, they've lost their pride too.
Ok. Alors. Là.
Perhaps a memento from one of the professor's expeditions.
Ok. Ah, d'accord, il n'y a plus rien avec. Là.
Wait, there is something else. There's a six-sided
Oh putain,
flat stone
fallait
hidden under the
re-regarder.
paper. It has something a bit like a knob on the top of it.
Allez, mets-moi ça là.
Let's see. Fits perfectly. I wonder if I... How pretty.
Qu'est-ce que c'est? Une machine à café? Ah, je partage avec.
Ooh, this must be the ominous machine which is reputed to have a ghost living in it. The vessel at its base must be for fuel. The statue has small holes in its nose, and it appears that the mouth could be opened. The vessel's a few centimetres deep and empty. There are some brown stains on the bottom.
De toute façon, je peux plus parler.
Hello, you in there? Ghost, give me beans for your draft. Oh, mighty ghost in the machine, give me the beans for your delicious, godly draft. Let's look at it this way. If you don't give me the beans, then I won't be able to prepare your stupid draft, and that won't be of any use to anyone.
Ah oui, d'un coup.
Why the wait? Oi, ghost. If you're really so familiar with everything in this house, then tell me, what do I do now? Hello? Oi, ghost, if you're... Hello?
Ah oui, gros esprit. Hein. Alors, j'ai les haricots. J'ai le silex. Mais m'a dit que je pouvais pas faire ça, mais comme ça, tranquille. Là, il n'y a plus rien. Regardez la pile de documents.
Old parchment and yellowing papers, filled with texts in many different foreign languages. Adonisham Western, Quenya and Sindarin, and technical drawings in Kuzdul.
D'accord, alors ça je sens que ça va être les combustibles. Les trucs qui ont une valeur inestimable, tu vas voir le truc. Ça va être beau. Est-ce que ça je peux mettre là-dedans? Non. Ça.
They'll burn well.
C'est sûr que ça y avait pas de meilleure façon de faire.
What?
Comment elle a allumé le silex?
A crackling fire burns in the hearth. Ah, how nice. Let's see. The water's boiling.
Le sauce il doit être bourrant.
A watering can full of hot water.
Alors. J'aimerais bien savoir comment je débloque là-bas. Alors. Hop. Je mets de l'eau, non? Non, je mets pas d'eau.
If it's worked at all, then those beans should be ground to a powder already.
Oh
Hey,
putain,
Ghost,
d'accord,
if
faut que je les
you're
mette en
hello.
poudre. Hop, hop, hop. Elle a dit le mot qu'il me fallait.
It works. The beans are being ground to powder. That's it.
Ok.
Very well. The water's turning brown. And it smells... lovely. That's the fuel for the machine sorted.
J'arrive la machine, j'arrive.
And
Hop.
woe betide if this whole effort's in vain. Hello? You there, Ghost. I have to find the secret cellar. Will you help me?
C'est un singe.
Thanks.
Ok, normal.
A clever mechanism.
Allez, on y va. Dans la cave.
So this is the legendary secret cellar. The cellar continues on behind these bars. I can't see anything, but I bet that the book's in there somewhere.
Ouais.
A staff approximately 2 meters long with a top made of bronze. Looks like something's missing there. This picture seems to indicate that a ruby belongs in there. A small circular opening in the ground. It's decorated with an ancient script, just like the picture on the wall. A small
Pas mal de choses.
Guess even a secret cellar is in the end just a cellar, and all cellars have gardening tools such as these gardening shears.
Ah, c'est intéressant. Bah, je pense que la cisaille c'est pour dehors,
As long
ça
as
c'est
I'm
sûr.
not expected to do the gardening now.
Alors, ça je vais regarder juste après.
The sad remains of extinct cultures, and of the last camping trip. I can't discover anything of interest amongst this junk.
Hop.
A small fat figure. She's holding a mirror above her head. Looks ancient. A picture on a stone slab. It depicts a man in a robe with a staff in his hand. A jewel is glinting in the headpiece of the staff. Some sort of light beam shining on it. A picture on a stone. A jewel is...
Ok, alors je pense que c'est... On va aller sur la dalle avec la pierre tombale et tout ça. On va trouver... la pierre qui me manque. Et on mettra le bâton dans le trou. C'est ce qu'il y a de plus simple. Mais on verra ça la prochaine fois. Merci à vous d'avoir regardé cette vidéo et on se dit à la prochaine. Bye bye.